So you've got your dog tag to the point where it looks like this. There's a couple things that we need to do to now get them to print. So you're going to go up to the I. You're going to go to Save As. You're going to find your number. I have it under my name because I don't have a number, so it's your lunch number. I am going to save this as Mr. Cunningham, and that's it, because I want you to save yours as your name. I'm going to hit Save. So now I've saved this drawing to Inventor. Now I need to export this drawing and get it into the Cura software. So I'm going to go to I'm going to go to Export. I'm going to go to CAD Format. I need to make sure this is STL. And then I need to go to Options, and I need to make sure this is millimeters. So millimeters and STL. Mine says Mr. Cunningham STL. As long as yours has your name, you are good to go, and you hit Save. So now we've got it exported as an STL file. We need to open up Cura, which right here is my Cura software. You might have to find it here, or you might have to search Cura, and then it'll start popping up some Cura stuff. So I'm going to use my desktop icon. It usually takes a little bit to load, so I'm going to pause it while it loads. I would say 45 seconds to a minute, so I'll pause it and I'll get back to you after it's loaded. So once it's loaded, it looks like this. I'm not worried about this collecting data. A couple things I would recommend that you need to first do before you do anything else. Your printer should be a Prusa i3. I have a number 2. The only reason I have a number 2 is, I'll move it back to my regular one. Oops, yep, right there. Is because I've already done this. If you haven't done it, you're going to have to go to Add Printer. You're going to have to go to Other. And you're going to have to come down here and find Prusa i3. Click on that and hit Add Printer. I don't need to add a printer. I've already done that. The next thing I would then check is make sure you're on draft quality. That seems to work pretty well for our dog tags. You can mess around with some of this other stuff and see what it does, but you might end up having to reprint it just depending on what it is. Right now, this is all just set up the way it came. In order to get my dog tag onto the Surface, I'm going to go to Open File, and I'm pretty sure I saved that as Mr. Cunningham STL, which would be this one here. So I'm going to click that and hit Open. So now my dog tag is on the surface that it would print, and I need to save it to a removable drive. So I'm going to go right here and hit Save to Removable Drive. The file saved is pi3 mrcunningham.g code. Okay, so it saved it to the removable drive. Now, I had already put in my SanDisk, my SD card. So I will show you in another video how to do that and what I mean by that. Okay, so I will show you that here in a minute. So once again, you just put the SD card in, and then you're going to save it right to that. And now one thing I was going to show you is if I go to my computer and I go to my removable disk right here, you can see PI Mr. Cunningham G code, which is what it claimed it saved it as. That is right here under my removable disk H. So you guys should be able to see that. Oh, yep, look, it's on there. So if it's on there, you know you're good to go. So that is the one I just saved.